Avi Loeb just dropped a paper in Nature, one of the most prestigious scientific journals in the world. And it connects interstellar visitors to human evolution in a way you probably never imagined. Here's the revelation. About 2.5 million years ago, right when early humans were emerging on Earth, a star passed through the outer solar system and gravitationally kicked thousands of comets toward our planet. That comet shower might have triggered the environmental changes that led to us. The human species might owe its existence to a random star disturbing frozen snowballs at the edge of our solar system. And this isn't speculation. This is published research in Nature. Let me explain what they found. The star is called HD 7977. It's nearby, relatively speaking, and detailed trajectory calculations show it crossed through the Oort cloud, the distant shell of comets surrounding our solar system, approximately 2.47 million years ago. The timing is extraordinary. That's the Pliocene-Pleistocene transition, the period when Earth's climate shifted from warm and stable to the glacial-interglacial cycles we know today. Ice ages began, environments changed dramatically, and early humans emerged. Coincidence? Maybe. But Loeb and his team, including visiting student Joya Cao and former postdoc Morgan McLeod, calculated exactly what HD 7977 passage would have done to the Oort cloud. The Oort cloud extends up to 100,000 times the Earth-Sun distance. It's a massive reservoir of icy bodies, remnants from the solar system's formation, stored in a nearly spherical shell around the Sun. When something disturbs this cloud, when a star passes through, it gravitationally kicks comets inward toward the inner solar system. HD 7977 did exactly that. The calculations show it repopulated the inner Oort cloud and potentially triggered a significant comet shower. How significant? For the closest approach scenario, about 2300 astronomical units from the Sun, the impact probability of kilometer-sized comets increased by an order of magnitude, 10 times more comets heading toward Earth than the steady background rate. The paper shows a clear peak in the comet collision rate shortly after HD 7977 passage, right at the 2.5 million year mark. The timing aligns perfectly with the Pliocene-Pleistocene transition. Now here's where it gets profound. Major environmental changes drive evolution. Ice ages create selection pressure. Climate shifts force adaptation. Species that can't adjust go extinct. Species that can thrive and diversify. Early humans emerged during this transition. Our ancestors adapted to changing environments, developed new tools, new strategies, new cognitive abilities. The pressures of a changing world shaped what we became. And what triggered those changes? The prevailing view says asteroid impacts, but Loeb's paper suggests a plausible alternative. Cometary bombardment triggered by HD 7977 flyby. Think about what this means. A star, passing through the outer edges of our solar system millions of years ago, disturbed a cloud of frozen objects, sent thousands of comets tumbling toward Earth, triggered climate change and environmental upheaval, and created the conditions that led to human evolution. We might exist because of a random stellar flyby. Our intelligence, our technology, our civilization, all downstream consequences of HD 7977 passage through the Oort cloud 2.5 million years ago. The paper notes that future geological studies could confirm this. If we find a peak in lunar cratering rates around 3 million years ago, that would support the comet shower hypothesis. Moon craters preserve impact history better than Earth because there's no erosion or plate tectonics to erase them. Loeb's team surveyed terrestrial impact craters up to 10 million years old, looking for candidates linked to the increased flux. Some may be recorded. Some may have been eroded away or buried. Some comets may have disintegrated in the atmosphere, leaving no crater at all. But the signal should be there. detectable, testable. This isn't just theoretical modeling. This is a prediction that geological studies can verify or refute. And this brings us back to ATLAS, because ATLAS is another interstellar visitor, another object from beyond our solar system invading our space unexpectedly. And as Loeb writes in the paper, the biggest impact to humanity would be in the form of a visit by alien technology. HD 7977 was natural, a star following its orbit through the galaxy that happened to pass near us. The comets it kicked toward Earth were natural, frozen remnants of solar system formation. But the principle is clear. Objects from interstellar space can and do affect Earth. The universe outside our solar system isn't separate from life on our planet. They're connected. Interactions happen, consequences follow. If a natural star passage 2.5 million years ago potentially influenced human evolution, what could an artificial visitor do today? That's the question ATLAS raises. That's why it matters. That's why Loeb made a bet that by 2030, we'll have undisputable evidence of extraterrestrial technology. Because we're now detecting these visitors. We're tracking them. We're measuring their properties. And we're finding that some, like ATLAS, don't fit natural categories easily. The paper in Nature shows that even natural cosmic events can profoundly influence life on Earth. A stellar flyby, a comet shower, climate change, evolution, humanity, all connected across millions of years through gravitational interactions at the edge of our solar system. The more we learn about our cosmic neighborhood, the more we understand how it shaped our history. HD 7977 might have triggered the conditions that created us. Other objects, natural or artificial, continue visiting, continue influencing, continue connecting Earth to the broader galaxy. Loeb closes his statement with a beautiful thought about creativity, about how figuring things out is art, how advancing scientific understanding resembles creating a painting or sculpture. First in the mind, then materialized, giving us new perspective on physical reality. And he connects it to ATLAS. A composer named David Ibbott performed an original piece of music inspired by the latest images of 3I Atlas at an event celebrating the creativity of artist Greg Wyatt. Science and art, comets and climate, stars and humanity, HD 7977 and ATLAS, all woven together in a story about how the universe beyond our solar system shapes life on Earth. The paper is published, the calculations are peer-reviewed, the prediction is testable, and the implication is profound. We might owe our existence to a star that passed by 2.5 million years ago, disturbing frozen snowballs, triggering environmental change, creating the pressures that forged human intelligence. And now, another visitor has arrived. ATLAS, with its own mysteries, its own anomalies, its own potential to influence humanity, not through environmental change this time, but through the possibility of contact with technology from another civilization. HD 7977 taught us that cosmic events have terrestrial consequences. ATLAS is teaching us that we need to pay attention to what's visiting our solar system, because the implications reach far beyond academic curiosity. The universe outside isn't separate from us. It's connected, interacting, influencing, shaping, and we're finally advanced enough to notice, to measure, to understand. Nature just published the evidence. The star passage happened. The comet shower likely occurred. The timing matches human emergence. We're here because of cosmic coincidences across millions of years, and we're now witnessing another cosmic visitor that defies easy explanation. The story continues, the connections deepen, and we're watching it unfold in real time.